All right, welcome, hockey fans. It is Teacher Appreciation Night here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. Let's get things underway. Good evening, hockey fans and IHC friends, family, teachers, students, parents, you name it. It is Teacher Appreciation Night for Immaculate Heart Central Cavalier Hockey. We will start off with our first teacher nominated by Jared Bach, Mr. Sedano. Jared says, I chose Mr. Sedano because he is an absolute beauty. He is very kind, supportive, and always lets me hang out in his class. Thank you for everything, Jared Bach and his teacher, Mr. Sedano. Next up is our teacher nominated by Caden Elliott. Caden nominated Coach Altieri. Oh, hold on. My battery went dead on my microphone. There was more than one bar on that when I started. So Caden nominated Coach Altieri, and Caden says, I appreciate Coach Altieri's dedication to his lacrosse team. He makes the best environment for his boys to grow as players and as people, teaching us that the most powerful emotion is love. That is still something I carry with me no matter what sport. He taught us that the game is meant to be enjoyed with your brothers through all the ups and downs. Thinking of his words keeps a smile on my face because no matter how I perform or how a game ends up, I just love to be a part of it and appreciate having the people such as Coach Altieri as figures in my life. Caden Elliott and his teacher, Coach Altieri. Next up, Blake Gregory and his teacher, he's nominated Mrs. Dalton. Blake says, Mr. Dalton, much like Mr. Hall, makes learning fun, has guided me to college choices, and assists me with my struggles in class and life. Blake Gregory and his teacher, Mrs. Dalton. Our next athlete is Owen O'Donnell. Owen has nominated Mr. Peters. Owen says, I chose Mr. Peters because he always has a funny joke to tell early in the morning or late in the day, always educating me while being a nice and funny teacher. Thank you, Owen O'Donnell and Mr. Peters. Our next athlete is Brody McGregor, and Brody has nominated Mrs. Mosier. Brody says, I wanted to take a moment to appreciate my former teacher, Mrs. Mosier. Thank you for always listening to me with open ears and a caring heart. Your support and the countless times you've made me laugh have truly made a difference in my life. Thank you for being an incredible teacher. With a grateful heart, Brody McGregor. It's Brody McGregor and Mrs. Mosier. Our next athlete is Logan Peterson, and he's nominated Bova. Logan says, thank you for encouraging me to compete in Skills USA. It was a once in a lifetime experience. Thank you for helping me develop my design and technical skills and for teaching me the ins and outs of our design software. And thanks for always being willing to help out with extra projects. It's Bova. Our next athlete is Jose Rivera. Jose has nominated Mr. Bresh. Jose says, I picked Mr. Bresh as my teacher because he has been there for me my whole high school career. He is someone I can look up to and depend on to always support me. Jose Rivera and Mr. Bresh. Our next athlete is Nathan Taylor. Nate has nominated Mr. Decker. Nate says, I would like to recognize Mr. Decker for always making the material that we're learning understandable and trying to brighten his students' day. I hope you enjoy your retirement. You deserve it. Nate Taylor and Mr. Decker. Our next athlete is Maverick Lloyd. Maverick has nominated Miss Monnet. Maverick says, I chose Miss Monnet because she is very encouraging and pushes me to work harder. She is a great leader in the classroom and is funny when it calls for it. She is also very understanding, but calls me out when need be. It's Maverick Lloyd and Miss Monnet. Our next athlete, Carter Nethers. And Carter has nominated Mrs. Lambert. Carter says, Mrs. Lambert, thank you for leaving a lasting impression as the kindest teacher that I have ever had. It has been 5 years since I was in your classroom, but to this day, you still hold the spot as my favorite teacher. Thank you for being so kind and supportive. Thank you for coming to my youth hockey games, and thank you for being here tonight. Carter Nethers and Mrs. Lambert. Our next athlete is Nick Neto. Nick has nominated Miss Pevney. And Nick says, You're one of the best teachers I've ever had because of how much fun I have in your classroom and the amount you're still able to teach me in class. I'm lucky to have a teacher like you, Nick Neto. It's Nick Neto and Miss Pevney. Our next athlete is Noah Thompson. Noah has nominated Mrs. Ruscio. Noah says, I would like to thank Mrs. Ruscio for helping me throughout the school year. She was kind enough to let me and other students come to her class during her lunch break for extra help and test corrections. Because of her, I am able to understand chemistry a lot better. It's Noah Thompson and Mrs. Ruscio. Our next athlete, Aiden Tripper. And Aiden has nominated Mr. O'Donnell. Aiden says, I chose Mr. O'Donnell because he has motivated and inspired me to do my best from when he was my principal elementary until even now subbing after his retirement. It's Aiden Tripper and Mr. O'Donnell. Our next athlete is Brady Van Brocklin. Brady has nominated Mr. Datomi. And Brady says, I chose Tyler Datomi because his kind, accepting, and fun personality positively influenced my life and encouraged me to keep pushing when times were tough. He is such an exceptional teacher that when we were forced on COVID break, I missed going to school. Thank you, Mr. Datomi. It's Brady Van Brocklin and Mr. Datomi. Our next athlete is Aaron Hagelin. Aaron has nominated Mr. Page. Aaron says, Mr. Page is my carpentry teacher at BOSI. He makes school fun. It's Aaron Hagelin and Mr. Page. And our final athlete of the evening is Tanner Bergenstock. Tanner has nominated Mrs. Kolb. Tanner says, You have been a teacher that I truly admire. You taught me the importance of education in my life. You have taught me to apply the knowledge that I have. Your lessons will help me succeed. Thank you for believing in me. It's Tanner Bergenstock and Mrs. Kolb. And those are your IHC Cavalier hockey teachers who are being recognized and appreciated this evening by our junior and senior athletes on the Immaculate Heart Central Cavalier varsity hockey team. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and our game will begin after we're done with all these pretty pictures. Careful, the ice is slippery and you're holding an expensive camera. right. Well, I'm gonna leave it right here so you can just watch the pictures being taken, and just in case we happen to see somebody take a spill and we want to memorize or remember it and commemorate it for all of the future. I'll be back with warm-ups in just a minute. All right, hockey fans, looks like we're just about ready to get going. Tonight's game should be a good one. IHC has been on a tear lately. Certainly happy to be playing, not snowed out this time. RFA is undefeated, just tied West Genesee on Tuesday in a 2-2 overtime tie. Things to pay attention to on Rome Free Academy, the Black Knights. Their forward, number 18, Tyler Locker, leads in the league in goals, assists, and points. 23 goals, 24 assists, 47 points. Certainly something spectacular. Their goalie, Dante Spirace, also has a league-leading 966 save percentage. Brody McGregor's in fourth with a 928 save percentage. Brody's only played 8 games, though. So, anyway, let's get things started. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, hockey fans of all ages and all genders, welcome to the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of the Immaculate Heart Central Cavaliers. We are honored to be your hosts for this evening's hockey game and welcome the Rome Free Academy Black Knights as the visiting team. We ask that both teams show their team and school spirit, but please only exhibit enthusiasm that is supportive and positive for players, coaches, and officials. Let the players play, let the coaches coach, and let the officials officiate. Parents, just keep buying more sticks. Be loud, be proud, and most importantly, be respectful. Thank you in advance for making today's game awesome. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and tonight's game is being live streamed on my YouTube channel, A Positive Influence. Please make sure you subscribe. Now we will begin by introducing the starting lineup for the visiting RFA Black Knights. Starting off on defense, number 16, Landon Sully. On defense, number 25, Miles Mendiola. On offense, number 11, Jackson Marchione. On offense, number 14, Jacob Bruno. On offense, number 18, Tyler Locker. And in goal, number 30, Dante Spirace. And now, please allow me to introduce your IHC Cavaliers. Starting off on defense, number 5, Jared Bach. On defense, number 23, Nate Taylor. On offense, number 14, Isaac Kuna. On offense, number 7, Hayden Trimber. And on offense, number 11, Owen O'Donnell. And between the pipes protecting the net, number 30, Brody McGregor. At this time, I would also like to point out that number 6, Noah Thompson's mom, Christina Hopkins, is celebrating her birthday! Happy birthday, Christina! Now, I would like to ask everyone who is able to please rise as we all stand together, united as one free nation. Please remove your headgear, place your hand over your heart, and any active duty, veteran, or retired servicemen or servicewomen may salute as desired as we listen to the playing of our national anthem. The RFA Black Knights are coached by head coach Jason Nowicki. Your IHC Cavaliers are coached by head coach Chris Nethers. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's play some hockey! Let's play some hockey. Yeah. And as I said, RFA is in first place in the league. IHC is in seventh, but IHC has been playing some excellent hockey as of late. This puck back in the trap. So it's centering pass, backhand shot, save made, Brody McGregor, and he's going to cover that one up. Wow, that one looked like a gimme goal, but out of somewhere, Brody McGregor came up, put a block on, and then covered that puck up for the faceoff. Spectacular play by Mr. McGregor. There's the faceoff. Jackson Marchione taking that draw for RFA. There's a shot that gets blocked, picked up by Jose Rivera. He dumps that back behind the goal. Puck held in at the blue line by RFA, grabbed by Dominic Wisner. He sends that puck out, cuts return into neutral zone, dumped back in by Rivera. First one back for that puck is Landon Sully for RFA, and here come the Black Knights. Popping his puck out. That gets touched at the blue line by Locker, dumped in. He's going to go off for a change. Puck grab by Brady Van Brocklin, passed out for Wisner. Wisner not able to keep it, turned over to Stephen Mudry. Mudry tries driving that puck forward. Carter Nethers has that at the blue line, gets knocked down. Puck taken away by Jack Carpenter. Carpenter tries centering that pass. It gets blocked by Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd trying to get that puck out, has it stolen by Mark Verano. Verano's shot, nothing doing there. Puck grabbed in the corner by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin fires this out into the neutral zone, intended for Noah Thompson. His mom's celebrating her birthday today. I believe she's 21 or some anniversary thereof. There's a shot, block deflected into the corner, corralled by RFA. RFA, nice pass into the bottom of the faceoff circle. That one gets dumped around into the trapezoid for Mark Verano. Verano over on the far side. Tries sending that across. It gets picked up by Brady Van Brocklin. He lofts this out into the neutral zone for Noah Thompson. Thompson not able to get to that puck. It gets turned back, grabbed by Paxton Rose. Paxton fires this across, goes off the boards, collected by Giovanni Gualtieri. Gualtieri takes that in, shot, save made by Brody McGregor. Puck sent against the boards. That's fired in, and it goes right to the glove of Brody McGregor for the faceoff. So as you can see, Rome does a good job of getting that puck into the offensive zone and holding it in there. They'll work it around and try to take some precision shots. Sometimes any shot's better than waiting for a shot, but not always. If you can set it up oh so well, get that goalie moving, you might find an advantage. Maverick Lloyd moving in with this puck, not able to keep it with him. Puck sent into the corner. There's a check put on by Norman Cushman in the trapezoid, trying to send that puck around. Over on the near side, picked up by Rome. Rome sends this out. He goes into the neutral zone, grabbed by Paxton Rose. He fires this forward, caught by PJ Suma. Suma, a little short pass to Connor Weeman. And that gets dumped down for an icing. We'll bring the faceoff all the way back down by Dante Sporace. Face off won by IHC. Jared Bach sending that into the trapezoid. Aiden Tripper chasing after it in the corner, going to work against Tyler Locker. Centering pass. Nobody there. Rome picks this puck up. There's a short pass for Rome. Turned over. Jared Bach sends this back into the neutral zone. Grabbed, though, by Jackson Marchione. Marchione can't keep it. Here comes Tripper. Tripper coming in. Shot. Save. Dante Spirace. Rebound cleared out into the slot. Grabbed by, I think that's Locker. Comes in, back in, and that is grabbed in front by Nate Taylor, and he clears that the length of the ice. Nate Taylor saw that in front of his goalie and just took it and flung it down. Carter Nethers taking a face-off against Mark Verano. Nethers brings this back, and Carter with it now. Carter skates his puck up along the boards, passes out into the neutral zone. Wisner battling for it, can't keep it. Stepping up, Brady Van Brocklin fires this puck into the offensive end. The Wiz has it, fires this in, played off the goalie, Noah Thompson, and that gets covered up by Dante Spirace. Nope, we've got a penalty. Rome penalty number 5, Chris Brement, 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 5, 2 minutes, hook. Time of the Rome Free Academy Black Knights minor penalty, 3:35 of the first period, and it's a Cavalier power play. Rome clears this all the way down. Jared Bach's going to chase that puck, plays it off the backboard, takes it into his trapezoid. Locker guarding him, trying to keep him honest. Bach passes this up for Tripper. Tripper, hard time receiving it. Nudges this puck over to Nate Taylor. Taylor, pass, goes behind Isaac Kuhn into the corner, played by Dante Spirace. Dante loves coming out to play that puck. This is passed out to Locker. Locker coming in. Shot, save, Brody McGregor! And Brody isn't the top 5 goalies, one of the top 5 goalies in all of Section 3 for no reason. Jared Bach back into trapezoid. Not able to keep that. That gets flung down, goes off of Nate Taylor. He tried catching. He got a lot of it, but that's not enough. McGregor plays that in the trapezoid, leaves this for Nate, for Nate Taylor. Taylor passes over for Owen O'Donnell. O'Donnell penetrates into the offensive end, looking to set something up, stops at the bottom of the faceoff circle. Looking, he's got Maverick Lloyd in the slot, passes back to Jose Rivera. Rivera shot, tipped in front by Maverick Lloyd, goes over the goal. Dante Spirace was looking for it. That was an opportunity there. Nice play by IHC. Battling for it in the trapezoid. Owen O'Donnell squeezed off of that puck. Carter Nethers comes over, passes back to Bach at the point. Jared looking. Dante Spirace standing almost completely vertical. O'Donnell in the corner, puts this into the slot. It gets tipped away. Bach stepping up, trying to keep that puck in, trying to knock it out. Jackson Marchione. Marchione and Nethers go at it. Nethers wins, gets that puck in deep for O'Donnell. O'Donnell in the trapezoid, battling for that puck, and the teams return to full strength. Owen O'Donnell pulls this puck out. Centering pass gets picked up by RFA, momentarily knocked back, and retreating back to pick it up, Jackson Marchione. Marchione rips this all the way around, and Bach not able to hold it. Locker going in. Locker smelling blood. Goes in after Brody McGregor. Centers that puck. There was nobody there. Jose Rivera went in to protect Brody, who was outside of the crease. There's a shot, kick, save. Brody McGregor kicked over to the half mark. Collected by Jacob Bruno. Bruno cycling around in the offensive end, loses that puck, goes to Sam Miller. Sam back into the corner, going to work, sends his puck up to Nethers at the top of it. So Nethers gets sent out of the air by Jacob Bruno. And Carter's back up very quickly. Glad to see that. Spinning around looking for that puck is Bruno. Bruno gets hit, gets that puck into the neutral zone. Rivera dumps it in. We'll see how long before Rivera puts one back for his teammate and lifelong brother there, Carter Nethers. a pass right onto the tape of Tyler Locker. Doesn't lead the league with goals and assists for no reason. Backhand pass at the base of the net. That doesn't do any good. Mark Verano going after it, coming over. Paxton Rose sends this behind the net, and that is grabbed by Jose Rivera. Rivera looking for somebody to pass to. Tries passing it to Maverick Lloyd, but Lloyd was all wrapped up with Brock LaPlante. LaPlante's a big boy to be tied up with, but Maverick Lloyd is no small man himself. At the hash mark, picking that puck up is Nick Neto. Fires this all the way across. Grab by Connor Weeman. Weeman sends this back into the neutral zone. That gets backhanded by Nick Neto in deep. Chasing that puck down, Landon Sully. Sully backhands this up along the boards. And that is grabbed by Brock LaPlante. He dumps this down, and that's going to be an icing. And we'll bring this face-off all the way back down by Dante Sporrace. 9:28 to go in this opening period. We are scoreless, although IHC only has one clean shot on net, while the Rome Free Academy Black Knights have 6 shots on Brody McGregor. There's a face-off, goes back into the corner. Rome rips this all the way around behind, comes out into the neutral zone, picking it up, Jacob Bruno. Bruno coming in and trying to get that shot off, and nice defense by Jared Bach. Nate Taylor passes that puck out into the neutral zone, stolen by Miles Mendiola. Mendiola passes up for Bruno. Bruno into the O-zone, loses that puck, but it's grabbed by Marchione. Marchione sends this into the slot. It is recovered by Nate Taylor, puts this into the neutral zone. Mendiola passes this up for Carpenter. Jack Carpenter, that's Locker. Tyler Locker, backhand shot, save made. Brody McGregor, he's going to hold on to that one for the face-off. 8:48 to go in this opening period. Still scoreless here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of the Cavalier hockey. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Pulaski. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exteriorcleaning315.com, and Glory Construction and Development. If you're going to have it built in his glory. That puck passed up at the half board for Jared Bach, not able to get it out. Held in by Mark Verano, and he tries dumping that into the corner. It's deflected up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off in the zone. Face-off to the left side of Brody McGregor. Sent over to the boards by Verano. Grabbed by IHC, and Jose Rivera takes this back behind his net. Now he cuts out in front, passes this up for Owen O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries kicking this forward as he couldn't catch it on his stick. Able to dump that puck in deep. Stephen Mundry takes this into his trapezoid and tries skating this puck out, and does. Mundry get this out into the neutral zone, passes it by Trimpert. Return back up. Kuhn not able to keep it. Stephen Mundry loses this puck. Grab by Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin fires this into the far corner. Going to work, Isaac Kuhn spins around, has that puck. Kuhn loses this in the skates of Jacob Bruno. I think it's Bruno. Where's that Locker? I keep confusing them. And it's a shot and a goal. And it is scored by number 19, Jack Carpenter. Rome Free Academy goal scored by number 19, Jack Carpenter, unassisted. Number 19, unassisted. Time of the Rome Free Academy Black Knights goal, 9:10 of the first period. Chris Bremen loses that puck, regains possession, passes it back behind the net for Giovanni Gultieri. Gultieri trying to pass this puck out, held in by Will Frank. Rome trying to get that puck out from the far corner. Bremen passes back behind the net again. And that is passed into the neutral zone by Connor Weeman, dumped back in by Paxton Rose. RFA sends this around on the near side. Little short pass gets this over to Landon Bartlett. And there's a shot. Bartlett or Giovanni Gultieri. That's Gultieri. It's a 17. Comes out. Cushman almost able to sneak that by. Nice pick by Jackson Marchione. Marchione runs into some trouble. Maverick Lloyd trying to get that puck away. Tyler Locker able to bring that into the offensive end. Brody McGregor fires that, and he fires it into the belly of Jacob Bruno. Pass out to Locker. Locker fires this over. Tipped away by Paxton Rose. Back behind the net into the far corner. Now back into trapezoid. There's a shot. Save made. Brody McGregor. Let's check that play out as it comes across. This puck pops out from behind, fires it, and Brody just collapses down to use his whole body to block that net. Nethers in for the faceoff against Jackson Marchione. Marchione wins the draw, pulls his puck back for Mendiola. Mendiola tries dumping this into the corner. Centering pass gets blocked by Jared Bach. Bach able to get this out into the neutral zone. Dominic Wisner going after it. Shane's his father. He's keeping score downstairs. Wisner grabs that puck at the hash mark, tries giving this up for Noah Thompson. Thompson gets checked as he pops his puck into the trapezoid. Wisner and Nethers trying to pull that puck away. And pulling that puck up is Jackson Marchione. Marchione passes out into the neutral zone, grabbed there by Jose Rivera. Jose brings this back into the offensive end. IHC's got to check back up on sides, though, as Wisner was offsides when that puck crossed. Here's Locker. Tyler. Shot, save, rebound, goes into the corner. Locker and Rivera going after it. Puck comes into the trapezoid, picked up by Nethers. Here comes Carter Nethers skating this puck out into the neutral zone. Nethers gets wrapped up by Locker, dumps his puck in, played by Dante Spirace into the corner. Locker loses his stick. Nethers reaching, can't catch that puck, chasing after it, going to work against Landon Sully. Sully has him wrapped up, flying in. Owen O'Donnell trying to get that puck. Sully pulls away. Puck comes out. Skating down, Jacob Bruno. Bruno coming around Paxton Rose. Cycling back, top of the circle, centering pass. Not able to hit there. Connects with Landon Sully. Takes that clapper. Good save by Brody McGregor. Puck sent down, played by Chris Bremen. Bremen sends this back into the neutral zone. RFA having a hard time catching these passes so softly. Landon Sully sends this back into the neutral zone, sent back in. Here's Aiden Trimper coming in. Trimper, shot, save made. Dante Spirace, rebound goes into the trapezoid. Now it's sent over into the corner, going after it. Owen O'Donnell back out for Brady Van Brocklin, fires this back in. Puck grab by Sully. Landon Sully rips this around behind the net, held in on the far side by Paxton Rose. Aiden Trimper with this puck sends it off a body. Jack Carpenter takes this puck, sends this behind his net, passes it over for Landon Sully. Sully gets this out into the neutral zone. Wrapping up with it is Will Frank and Carpenter. This puck goes off of Owen O'Donnell into the offensive end. Will Frank there gets a piece of it, sends it over for Kuhn. Kuhn not able to get that to a shooting position. Chris Bremen comes out with this puck for the Black Knights. Bremen passes his puck off for Aiden Van Wee. Aiden loses this as he was trying to make his move to the slot. Will Frank takes possession, skates his puck up at the center line, dumps this in, and skates over to his defensive point position. Puck comes back to Will, snaps it in low, gets deflected, it's loose, out in front, swept aside. Carson Pettinelli takes this puck. Pettinelli battling against Caden Elliott. Puck getting turned over left and right in the neutral zone. Colin Baldiga with this puck tries taking out Cooper Esposito. Esposito received the brunt of that with Pettinelli. In deep is Miles Mendiola with this puck. Puck leaks out high. Reaching back for Cooper Esposito, skating into his Jackson Marchione, steals that puck. And where is that puck? That puck is underneath Brody in the crease. And the puck was back against the boards. 3:02 to go in this opening period. RFA leads IHC 1-0. Don't forget to buy as many 50-50 raffle tickets as you can. The ladies up front at the table love counting to 25. Make sure you buy lots of raffle tickets. Jared Bach with this puck, loses it. Jacob Bruno, shot, save, made. Locker with that shot. Great save by Brody McGregor. At the point, Connor Weeman fires this in. That gets deflected, finds its way into the corner. Carter Nethers there, rips this around along the boards, caught by Dominic Wisner. Wisner passes this across for Nate Taylor. Taylor just a tad too slow to catch up to that. Miles Mendiola has this, makes a nice makes a D-to-D pass. Jackson Marchione skating this puck out. Jared Bach back checking, slows that down enough for an offsides, or nope, we're going to get a slashing penalty against Jacob Bruno. I didn't see the slash, but I got a giant pillar in my way, so. RFA penalty number 14, Jacob Bruno, 2-minute minor for slashing. Number 14, 2 minutes slash. Time of the minor penalty, 14:37 of the first period, and it's a Cavalier power play. Jose Rivera with this puck on the near side. He's going to skate that right by Aiden Trimper. Gets knocked off of his stick, but Jose able to still drive that puck forward. Reaching back for it, Stephen Mudry. Mudry rips this back behind the net on the far side. Owen O'Donnell trying to play that puck. Backhands it out over to Aiden Trimper's shot. Save Dante Spirace. It was a nice shot by Aiden, but a great save by Dante. He is notorious for saving shots. Nethers wins that faceoff, pulls this puck back for Nate Taylor. Taylor sends this into the corner for Carter to go to work. Carter goes into the trapezoid, passes puck over to Dominic Wisner. Wisner back to Bach. Bach back to Wiz. Wiz moves towards the net, drops this off of Nethers. Nethers looking and tries sneaking it in on the side. You got to be better than that to get it by Dante Spirace. Nice try, though. Trying to do the unexpected. Certainly how you're going to beat Dante. Bach up to Wiz. Wiz to Nethers. Nethers in the trapezoid. Looking, centering pass. Nothing doing. Puck gets swept away. Now it's picked up by Chris Bremen. Bremen trying to get this puck out. Has Nethers all over, and puck comes into the center point position. Bach not able to keep it. Skating this away. Here's Locker. Locker in. Shot. Goal. Tyler Locker. Only going to stop him so many times. It's his 25th goal of the season. Rome Free Academy shorthanded goal scored by number 18, Tyler Locker, unassisted. Number 18, unassisted. Time of the Black Knights shorthanded goal, 16:09 of the first period. Less than 1 minute of play in the first period. That was a beauty of a save there by Brody, or not shot by Tyler. Brady Van Brocklin sends this out into the neutral zone. Rivera trying to keep it out there. Rivera bringing this back into his end. Mark Verano on him. Passes this puck over to Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin crosses the center line. Dumps his puck into the far corner. Isaac Kuhn with the fake soft shot. And that's going to do it for the first period. And that concludes our first period of play here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of Cavalier hockey. At the end of one period of play, it is the Rome Free Academy Black Knights 2, the Immaculate Heart Central Cavaliers 0. Don't forget to stop by the 50/50 raffle table in the lobby. Get as many tickets as you can, and you can be a winner. Remember, you gotta be in it to win it. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and we'll be back with some fresh ice in just a few minutes. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and we will be back after this ice cut. All right, here we go. Second period is underway. Face-off won by RFA. First period, we saw a lot of shots by Rome, and there's a backhand pass by Locker. Gets missed by Bruno. Back into the neutral zone it goes. Isaac Kuhn sending that puck forward. Gets tipped by Landon Sully, covered up by Dante Sprace. We saw the exceptional goaltending of Dante, which we anticipated. Locker with a goal, which was also anticipated. Both goals by Rome, though, unassisted, which was not anticipated. I expect to see a lot more movement of that puck around before shots. Those were two key breakaways that Rome was able to take advantage of, including that one shorthanded turnover that Locker scored on. There's a shot save made by Dante. Puck is back in the trapezoid. Jackson Marchione takes it around on the far side. Aiden Tripper trying to steal that puck, not able to get it before it hits the blue line. Jacob Bruno moves his puck forward. Tic-tac across. Bruno off his skate, misses his stick, sends this towards the trapezoid for Marchione. Marchione loses possession. That puck sent back out center point, fired in by Stephen Mudry. Into the corner, this puck goes. Sent back towards the trapezoid. Locker with it. Locker coming around. Locker trying to shoot. Nice stick lift by Aiden Tripper. That follow-up shot, nothing doing. Save made by Brody McGregor. Check put on Brady Van Brocklin as he tried to play on that puck. There is a shot taken by Jacob Bruno. Goes off the stick of Jose Rivera into the glass, and Rivera picks this up off the glass, drives his puck forward, takes that shot low. Dante Sprace with the save. Loose puck comes back over, and Dante covers it up, scoops it up off the ice for the faceoff. Carter Nethers taking a face-off and being tossed from the face-off circle. Rome was Aiden Van Wee. They got removed because he jumped the gun. Face-off won by IHC. Dominic Wisner with this puck. His father, Shane, confirmed that he cannot skate like Dom. Comes out, Wisner reaching for it, can't get to it. Puck goes over far side. Jared Bach holds this at the point, dumps this back in. Wisner chasing after it, go to work in the corner. Comes up at the half board. Nethers there to meet that puck. Trying to send this forward. Carter with it, has that poked away by Mark Verano. And we're going to get a tripping penalty against Carter Nethers. Brings this face off all the way down by Mr. McGregor. IHC penalty number 22, Carter Nethers, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 22, 2 minutes, trip. Time of the Cavaliers' minor penalty, 1:55 of the second period. Bruno brings this puck in, loses it in the trapezoid as he almost got hooked down to the ground by Nate Taylor. Puck comes out through the neutral zone. Chasing it down is Tyler Locker. Locker back into his trapezoid. Loses this puck, reaching back for Blake Gregory, not able to keep that puck. Passed around to Locker. Locker centering pass, and puck taken away, swinging backhand, missed. Puck grab. Owen O'Donnell dumps this all the way down the length of the ice. Dante comes out into the trapezoid to pause that puck there for RFA. Here come the Black Knights skating up. Jackson Marchione over the blue line. Marchione coming in, loses that puck. Nice back checking by and pinching by Jared Bach and Nate Taylor. Jacob Bruno moves up high, centers that puck, almost lost it, comes back to Bruno. Bruno tries passing this forward, goes off of Aiden Van Wee into the corner. Van Wee going to work against Aiden Tripper. Puck comes out, Locker shot, blocked, save made. Stepping up is Giovanni Gultieri, takes his puck into the corner. Gultieri cycling around, shot short side, goes wide right. Bruno trying to stuff that puck in, battle for that puck in the slot, and this gets grabbed by Tripper and cleared the length of the ice. Dante Sprace comes out, pauses it at the bottom of the faceoff circle for Tyler Locker. 20 seconds to go in the penalty kill. Tripper comes over, forces that pass. Jack Carpenter brings this puck up through the neutral zone. Carpenter gets around Maverick Lloyd, runs into traffic. Puck taken away by Nate Taylor. Tries clearing it, caught by Landon Sully. Sully sends this into the corner. Jack Carpenter after it. Carpenter stopped by Jared Bach. Puck gets passed out to the point. Chris Brement fires this in. Save made. Brody McGregor. Nethers is out of the box. Teams are at full strength. Here's Carter with this puck. Knocks it around. Landon Sully going after it. Gets a piece of it. Sully has some of it. Nethers goes down. Puck comes up. High shot. Save off the blocker of Dante off the boards. Nethers thrown in head first against the boards. We got a delayed penalty call on that one. And Landon Sully is going to go have a seat. It's a second hard hit against Nethers. The first one that was not a clean hit. And let's see what they're going to call on Landon Sully. If you see the numbers, you're not supposed to hit. Oh, I forgot to pay attention to what that was. Let's see, did they show us? No. There's a shot wide on the side of the net. Rome Free Academy penalty number 16, Landon Sully, 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Number 16, 2 minutes cross-check. Time of the minor penalty, 4:18 of the second period. It's a Cavalier power play. Cross-check is generous. I thought hit from behind may have been more appropriate, but is what it is. Jose Rivera off the face-off, takes his puck around, passes it over for Dominic Wisner. Wisner has a hard time getting that off the boards, passes it back. Nethers takes his puck back into his trapezoid, get things reset, passes up in the middle. There's a missed pass. Chris Bremen trying to knock it back. Wisner there, though. Wisner gives this back to Paxton Rose. Paxton over to Rivera. Rivera into the offensive end. Chris Bremen attacking. Rivera in deep. Bremen over there as well. Puck comes up, center point, and Paxton Rose gets a piece of that puck. This comes out back into the neutral zone. RFA turning to go on the attack. Almost a 2-on-1 pass across. Diving Nethers does not get a piece of that puck, but the puck was sent too far ahead. RFA not able to do anything with it. Here comes Dominic Wisner, the Wiz, with this puck. Stops at the top of the circle, drops this puck off for Paxton Rose. Rose loses it, and RFA coming back with this puck the other way. Jackson Marchione into the offensive end. Shot goes high, save made. I think that went off the glove of McGregor. Maverick Lloyd picks this up on the far side in his zone. Lloyd getting things going, hits the center line, fires out on net. Save made by Spurace. Puck goes into the corner. And somebody just ran right into Sam Miller, and Sam Miller finished that checkoff by pushing him back into the glass. This hard pass back up to Paxton Rose. Rose sends this into the corner for Nate Juarez. Back for Nate in the trapezoid, and the teams return to even strength. Sully comes out of the box, races into the bench, and we've got an offsides. And coming in for him is PJ Suma. I did not see the Suma family. I didn't really get a chance to look for them earlier. Neutral zone faceoff is won by Owen O'Donnell. Dumped in by IHC. Isaac Kuhn going after that puck, not able to get to it before Rome clears this. The length of the ice, that should not be an icing. Icing is waved off. Steve Mudry in after that puck in the trapezoid. Puck comes loose. Owen O'Donnell trying to clear it out, and he gets that puck over to Aiden Trimper. Trimper into the offensive zone, loses that puck at the blue line. Held in, though, by Will Frank. Frank tries pushing this forward to Kuhn. Kuhn back to Trimper. Trimper loses it. Frank pushes this back in. IHC's got to check up on sides. While they do, Rome brings this puck back the other way. PJ Suma loses this as he hits the blue line. Knocked back out by Kuhn to Owen O'Donnell. O'Donnell into the offensive end, is pushed out, but dumps that puck in as he comes out, but it's knocked right back. Jacob Bruno coming in with this puck, pushed to the side by Paxton Rose. And we're going to get a hooking penalty as a result. IHC penalty number 10, Paxton Rose, 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 10, 2 minutes, hook. Time of the minor penalty, 7:26 of the second period. This puck gets cleared by IHC. Dante Spirace plays this next to his goal. Rome pass out for Aiden Van Wee at the blue line, not able to catch it and take it with him. Eventually, though, puck goes into the IHC zone. Locker catches this at the center point, fires that in low, save made. Brody McGregor, rebound goes to the corner. Aiden Van Wee there. Van Wee has Brady Van Brocklin on him. Passes this puck up for Verano. Verano to Locker, comes back. Locker gives this back over to Marchione. Marchione to Verano. Verano almost lost that. Knocked away momentarily by Brady Van Brocklin. Loose puck on the side. Van Brocklin trying to clear it. Grabbing that puck and clearing it is Blake Gregory. Passed out to Jacob Bruno. Bruno to Locker. Locker at the blue line rips this in all the way around onto the near side for Gualtieri. Gualtieri pulls this off the board, drops it off for Marchione. Popping that puck free is Dominic Wisner. Wisner in, shot, goal! Oh, Dominic Wisner with a shorty. Let's check out that on the old instant replay. Oh, I just got the finish. His dad's so excited he's not writing down the numbers. IHC Cavaliers short-handed goal scored by number 16, Dominic Wisner. Unassisted, number 16, unassisted. Time of the IHC Cavaliers short-handed goal, 8:50 of the second period. And it's now a 2-1 game. Jared Bach with this puck takes this into his trapezoid, drops it off for Nate Taylor. Nate comes up on the near side looking. Skates this into the neutral zone as nobody was contesting him. Rips this in deep off the backboard, picked up by Mendiola. Miles coming around on the near side, skates this up, loses it as he hits the whiz. Maverick Lloyd dumps his puck back in. Wisner going in, and Dante Spirace comes way out of the net to play that puck back, collected by Jose Rivera. Here comes Jose penetrating into the offensive end. Jose trying to make his move into the slot, gets pinched on. Wisner gets that puck, though, can't get the shot off. Puck comes back for Maverick Lloyd. He rips his hard pass back to the Wiz. Wiz sends this in deep back behind the net for Noah Thompson. Puck sent through onto the far side. Nice check by Brady Van Brocklin. And there's a check by Jackson Marchione. Almost an elbow, but not quite. And that puck comes out, turning and ripping it in, Noah Thompson. Puck goes back to the trapezoid, picked up by Rome. Maverick Lloyd, soft touch there to remind him who's around. Sam Miller picks that puck up, fires this into the slot. Tyler Locker takes it away for Rome. Here goes Tyler. Tyler's got two guys to beat coming in, and Tyler gets wrapped up by Jose Rivera. Puck goes back around. Tyler shot, save, rebound sent over to the side, and we're going to get a holding penalty against Jose. That's why Tyler Locker was not able to get that shot off. It was because he was being held by Jose Rivera, allegedly. Not enough for a penalty shot. IHC Cavaliers penalty number 37, Jose Rivera II. 2-minute minor for holding number 37. 2 minutes hold. Time of the minor penalty, 11:05 of the second period. That puck gets cleared out into the neutral zone, and it went and hit the netting, I believe, so we'll have a face-off. Face-off won by Jackson Marchione. Puck comes over to Locker. Locker hits the blue line, dumps this in, goes over to the far side. Mark Verano picks it up at the point, passes it over to the center point, makes its way over to Locker. Locker back to the center point for Marchione. Marchione gives this to Verano. Shot fired, misses, comes off the boards on the right side. Back out to Marchione, sends this in wide right. Playing it back behind Jacob Bruno. Bruno tries passing this out to somebody. Instead, this gets cleared by IHC, goes all the way down the length of the ice. Dante Sparace is going to watch it go into the trap as well. I didn't get collected by Jackson Marchione. Marchione gives this to Locker. Tyler passes across behind Bruno. Bruno's got to come back for it. And while he does, Nathaniel Juarez comes and gets in his way. And we're going to have a hand pass there. It didn't get past to anybody. Anyway, face off in the neutral zone. Where's he going all the way down? Oh, we're coming all the way down. It was a hand pass for a hand pass on Rome. I forgot their name. Well, that's the first time I dropped the camera. Tyler Locker pulling his puck back. Trying to get into a shooting position. He's got Jared Bach in his way, passes it into the middle for Marchione. Marchione fires this in. There's a shot right from the side, save made by Brody McGregor. I told you, Brody's a spectacular goaltender. Coming in, here's Carter Nethers. Shot, save, Dante Sparace. Another spectacular save by Dante. Another great shot attempt by Carter Nethers. Comes into the corner. Nate Juarez trying to pull this puck out, gets this up far enough for Nate Taylor to get it into the neutral zone. Juarez trying to hold it out. Coming back, though, Giovanni Gualtieri. Juarez able to drop that puck down, gets it into the neutral zone. Chris Brement catches this puck, though, fires this all the way across for Landon Sully. Sully crosses over the blue line, has to dump this puck into the corner. Jose Rivera going after it, who has been freed from the sin bin. Nate Taylor able to get that puck out, still trying to drive at it, trying to find it. Rivera comes in behind, and he fires that puck all the way down. Picked up by Dante Sparace next to his goal. It comes out into the neutral zone. No, Jose misses it. Rivera retreats back to pick this puck up. Rivera drifting back in his zone. Now he skates up. He's getting attacked and going after it with Jacob Bruno, and they're just going to let him battle. Locker picks this puck up, goes in. Sam Miller forces him to go into the corner. Locker receives a soft touch there. Puck comes to Mendiola. Miles fires this in. Save made. Rebound goes off the far side. Picked up by Maverick Lloyd. Lloyd gets this into the neutral zone. Taken away by Tyler Locker. Locker back into the O-zone. Shot low. Kick save by Brody McGregor. Rome still with this puck. Brings it around onto the near side. Now back into the corner. Paxton Rose trying to tie him up. Puck pushed up to the top of the point. Mendiola fires his in on the far side, skating after Connor Weeman. Weeman dumps his puck in deep. Owen O'Donnell, Paxton Rose picks this up in the trapezoid, gets this out into the neutral zone. That got touched by somebody, and now it's grabbed by Connor Weeman. Weeman passes this off. It gets dumped in back behind the Rome goal. Isaac Kuhn coming over to try to play on it. Tyler Locker pops this up off the boards for Mark Verano. Verano brings this into the offensive end, off sides, and we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Goes in deep. There's a check put on by Paxton Rose trying to free that puck. Pulled out by Owen O'Donnell, now up along the boards. And O'Donnell has it, comes and backhands this, sends this back into the corner. Isaac Kuhn going after it on the side of the trapezoid, collected by Rome. We got a delayed penalty against IHC, and as soon as Paxton touches it, we'll get the call. And officials are going to discuss it momentarily. And it's Isaac Kuhn for roughing. One minute of play remaining in the second period. 1 minute remaining. IHC penalty number 14, Isaac Kuhn. 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 14, 2 minutes rough. Time of the minor penalty, 15:59 of the second period. And that puck gets cleared by IHC all the way down the length of the ice. Mark Verano going after it. Gets right. Oh, he punches Nethers in the head. And we're going to get a penalty on that one. The official call is going to be head contact. Carter dives in there with complete disregard for his own safety. The machine. Rome Free Academy penalty number 7, Mark Verano. 2-minute minor for head contact. Number 7, 2 minutes head contact. Time of the minor penalty, 16:27 of the second period. And now we've got a hooking penalty. Rome penalty number 16, Landon Sully. 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 16, 2 minutes hook. Time of the minor penalty, 16:38 of the second period. And it's an IHC Cavalier power play. Rome with the puck now, trying to come up. Nice little touch and release by Bruno, but Wisner taking that puck away. Wisner back in the offensive zone, and that's where this period's going to end. And that concludes another exciting period of ice hockey here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of your IHC Cavaliers. It's last call for the 50-50 raffle ticket. Hurry, 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 and get as many tickets as you can. We are close to $1,000. Not very close, but we'd be closer if you bought more tickets. All right, I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and we'll be back with some fresh ice. Okay, hockey fans, third and final period is 2-1 in favor of Rome Free Academy Black Knights. We'll be starting off the third period with 4 Cavaliers and 3 Black Knights. Locker in to take the face-off against Nethers. In 59 seconds, we will have a 5-on-3 advantage for the Cavaliers. Nethers wins this faceoff. Here comes Trimper with this puck in on the right side. Sends this in around through the trapezoid, picked up by Nethers at the hash mark. Nethers drops this off for Paxton Rose. Paxton goes back into the hash mark, gives this to Nethers. Nethers to Trimper. Trimper can't catch that pass. Aiden plays this back to Carter. Carter over to Rose. Rose back to Nethers. Nethers flicks this up, goes high. Trimper can't snap this puck down in the corner, battling after it with Chris Bremen. Coming away is Wisner. Dominic gets this puck, gives this over to Rose. Paxton runs into some trouble, comes back out. Puck gets knocked free, and it's able to be held in by Paxton, and now it's knocked out into the neutral zone. Locker hustling after. Here comes Locker in with the shot. Save made. Brody McGregor. Another beauty save by Brody. Faceoff will be to his left side. Taking that draw, Owen O'Donnell pulls his puck back for Jared Bach. Jared passes this up for Sam Miller. Sam Miller waits for that puck to get to him. Out of the box, Isaac Kuhn. 5-on-3 now for the Cavaliers. Miller drops this back into the corner for Owen. Owen up to the point for Nate Taylor. Taylor to Bach. Bach into the slot, through the legs, and Owen O'Donnell not able to get that shot off. Chases that puck down in the corner, comes away with it. O'Donnell stepping back out, goes to fire that shot, and save made by the right elbow of Dante Sporace. It's a good job by Owen, trying to wait for some traffic to get in the way there before he released that shot. 2 seconds of a 5-on-3, followed by 11 seconds of 5-on-4. So we got 13 seconds total of a player advantage here for IHC. Sam Miller taking his face off, pulls it back for box shot, save, rebound, drops down in front of Sporace. A rare misplay by Dante. IHC not able to take advantage of it. Nate Taylor goes into the corner to pick that puck up, trying to pull this out. Nate Taylor, and what is happening here? Isaac Kuhn gets it. Leaning on him, though, Mark Verano. Teams are at full strength, and we've got an offsides, much to the dismay of Jacob Bruno, who is the offending Black Knight. Cross that line just a hair early. Thank you to everybody who's joining us here for this third and final period. It is 2-1 in favor of Rome. We just evened it up. First time we've got 5-on-5 hockey this period. Although it is a fresh period, just 2 minutes in. Please subscribe. Subscribers are the coolest. Locker coming in, has that puck swept away. Jose Rivera going after it. Locker in the trapezoid, gets attacked by Nethers. Nethers going in after that puck comes out into the slot. IHC trying to drive that out. Rivera able to get that into the neutral zone, chasing after it. Chris Bremen all over it. Coming through with that puck is Noah Thompson. Thompson in the corner, getting wrapped up by Stephen Mudry. Puck comes up high. Locker gets this out for Bruno. Jacob turns, tries to give this back to a breaking Locker. Instead, Noah Thompson cycles out into the neutral zone, gets that puck centering pass, misses everybody, and Chris Bremen plays this against the boards, sends this out, caught by Rivera. He tries sending this back, picked up by Locker. Locker gets in and around everybody, sends this across the zone, and this comes all the way out and back into the Rome end of the arena. Rome D-to-D pass over to Connor Weeman. Weeman on the near side gets attacked by Sam Miller, sends this back over to the D. Mark Verano picks this puck up. Now it's grabbed by Locker. He tries dumping it in to go off for his change, but it hits off the backside of Brady Van Brocklin. Verano drives this in, loses his edge, goes down. Van Brocklin shoveling that puck around, picked up by Norman Cushman. Can't get it out. Cush trying again. This is Kush, sends this down the length of the ice. It's on its edge. Icing is waved off, played on by Jack Carpenter. Carpenter into the trapezoid, sends this puck over to the corner. Owen O'Donnell picks his puck up, sends this in. It's ripped around by RFA, caught in the neutral zone by Paxton Rose. Paxton dumps this puck in. Owie goes after it with Mark Verano. Verano presses O'Donnell up. They both go down. Puck picked up by Connor Weeman. He sends this across in the neutral zone. Puck grabbed by Will Frank. Frank can't keep it. Able to get it to Aiden Trimper, though. Trimper passes this around for Owen O'Donnell. Goes off of the twig of O'Donnell into the corner. Chased down by Landon Sully. Sully and O'Donnell get wrapped up. Kuhn coming in, as does Jack Carpenter. Carpenter trying to use his twig as a can opener, and Carpenter able to pry that puck free. Sends us up along the boards, comes out into the neutral zone with Jackson Marchione. Marchione coming in, shot, save made, rebound, grabbed by Will Frank. Frank comes up near side, fires this across in the neutral zone, goes off the twig of Kuhn into the Rome end. Rome plays this D to D out into the neutral zone. Locker trying to move this forward, can't get it past Will Frank though. O'Donnell picks this up, bounces around now. Jackson Marchione finds it. Marchione dumps his puck in, goes into the trapezoid. Centering pass goes nowhere, bounces. IHC able to get this up for Carter Nethers. Nethers trying to get this out into the neutral zone. Backhands this, and in the neutral zone it goes. Good thing there that Dominic Wisner tripped. Otherwise, it could have been too many players. That puck bounced dangerously across the slot. Coming in to pick it up. Wisner not able to get it. Puck's on its edge. Settled down by Marchione. Marchione trying to move that puck forward. Noah Thompson knocks it free. Jared Bach picks it up. Bach into the O-zone. That puck gets deflected, goes up high, drops in a trapezoid. Jared Bach turns. It's on the end of his stick. Bach trying to pass this off, gets this up for Noah Thompson. Thompson grabs this puck, sends this to Nethers at the point. Nethers sends this back in deep for Wisner. Wisner looking for somebody in the slot. Nobody there except Tyler Locker. And here comes Locker through the neutral zone into the O-zone. Locker gets hit up against the official by Carter Nethers. Puck sent around on the far side. Noah Thompson at the hash mark takes us back to the corner. It's taken away. RFA trying to play that puck. Ripped from the center point. Blocked in front by Nate Taylor. Picked up by Noah Thompson. Thompson sends this off the boards into the neutral zone. Hit forward by Jack Carpenter. Sends this over to the D. Carpenter trying to chase that down. Nate Taylor trying to turn that puck back. And this pace of this game has stepped up drastically. Landon Sully sends this over into the corner. Chased down through the trapezoid. There's Nate Taylor putting a hit on. There's the center bar that I try to look around every time the puck comes to this end of the ice. Look at the size of that thing. From the point, puck sent in, picked up by Nate Taylor. Taylor sends us through the trapezoid onto the far side. And IHC able to get that out into neutral, and Sam Miller couldn't keep it, though. Bringing this puck back in is Landon Sully. Sends this to the corner. Nate Taylor there. Taylor trying to drive this through the trapezoid, not able to. Sam Miller trying to help out. Look at those boys. Their thinking caps on, going after that puck. Can't really see him. It's a better shot from here. That puck gets sent into the corner. Nate Taylor over to pick it up. Taylor skates this up wisely, takes his time, keeps it away from Carpenter. Nate Taylor through the neutral zone, hits the blue line, fires this in the general direction of the goal, goes towards the corner. I can't tell if that's Peterson or Cushman. I think it's Cush. Now O'Donnell chasing after that puck. A couple of Black Knights able to get that out into the neutral zone, chasing after it. Jose Rivera. Rivera cycles this in his end of the ice, keeps this in front of Gultieri, loses this in the neutral zone. Now this puck gets passed over to Locker. No, and they're offsides. Again, it is Jacob Bruno, 2 for 2 on the offsides, taking away scoring opportunities from Tyler Locker both times. The leading scorer and leading assist maker in all of Section 3 athletics. Jacob Bruno crossing the blue line before him. That's excitement. Brady Van Brocklin off the face-off, passes this puck over to Rivera. Rivera to O'Donnell. O'Donnell dumps his puck in. Goes in after the chase, as does Miles Mendiola. Mendiola picks this up, drops this back into the trapezoid for Chris Brement. Brement passes this up on the far side. Chris Cross into the middle for Marchione. Marchione coming in on the left side, forced towards the corner. Blocked pass by Brady Van Brocklin. Puck picked up by Aiden Trimper. Trimper gets this to Kuhn. Kuhn into the O-zone, moves that puck around and runs right into Chris Brement. Almost an interference, but not. Nethers at the corner. Nethers moves this puck up, gets it off the side of the net, trying to get it out in front. Loose puck on the far side. Bodies flying, twigs flying. Puck comes out on the side, picked up by Rome, and they're able to nudge this out into the neutral zone, and it gets ahead. Locker in. Locker shot. Save made. Rebound comes all the way out into the neutral. Maverick Lloyd moves this forward. Picked up by Rome. D-to-D pass. Collected by Stephen Mudry. Mudry at the blue line. Snaps this off the boards, and it goes right to Jose Rivera. Jose loses that puck. Picked up by Paxton Rose, gives it back to Rivera. Jose sends us out into the neutral zone, goes off the stick of Aiden Van Wee. Aiden Van Wee gets wrapped up with Paxton. Noah Thompson trying to do whatever he can to use a body part to get that puck over the blue line, and does, but Mark Verano takes it away. Verano into the O-zone, gets hit by Will Frank. Puck comes over to the point. Aiden Van Wee dumps this in, goes all the way around on the far side, flying in off the bench. Connor Weeman overskates this puck, picked up in the neutral zone by Sully. Sully dumps it in as RFA checks up on sides. Puck grab by Paxton Rose. Rose to Lloyd. Maverick Lloyd hits Noah Thompson. Thompson has it knocked away by Jacob Bruno. And now somehow Jack Carpenter has this puck. Carpenter's confused me for a second. His neck guard is dangling, looks like a long ponytail, and I thought Jack had pretty short hair. Jackson Marchione with this puck in, feeding his way in around, centering pass goes to Sam Miller. Miller takes this into the corner. Now back into the trapezoid. Paxton Rose with it. Paxton coming up on the near side, trying to make some space, flicks this up into the neutral zone. It's corralled by Connor Weeman. Weeman passes over to his D-mate, sent up, turned back, and now collected again by Mendiola. Miles in, is taken out, and that's going to be a tripping penalty against IHC. Now, who, in fact, made the trip? I don't know. IHC penalty number 36, Will Frank, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 36, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 9:54. And we have a timeout called by Rome. 1 minute timeout for Rome Free Academy. So, shout out to my sponsors. Here's the big list. Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exteriorcleaning315.com. Glory Construction and Development. If you're going to have it built in his glory. Sparks and Recreation, follow them on YouTube. All Wheel Auto. Go visit the Sparks and Recreation people at Route 104 in New Haven, New York. Streamside RV Park and Golf Course and Divots Restaurant and Bar, located on Tinker Tavern Road in Pulaski. Check them out. A beautiful 12-hole course right in Pulaski, and the most delicious food and refreshing drinks at Divots inside the clubhouse at Streamside. If you want to be greenside, you gotta be streamside. Here's the face off to the left side of Brody McGregor with 7:06 to go in this game. Rome takes his puck back behind, passed up to Verano. Verano at the point, sends this over to the center point for Marchione. Back to Marchione, and now Verano to Marchione, sends this into the corner for Locker. Locker cycling around, tried passing that back to Verano, and Nethers gives this to Trimper. Trimper tries popping this out, and it gets stolen by Marchione. Marchione penetrating back into the offensive end, falls over Nate Taylor, picking that puck up and shooting is Jacob Bruno, our offsides offender, and making the save, Brody McGregor. Face off to the right side of McGregor. Nethers coming in against Aiden Van Wee. Nethers wins the draw, pulls this back to Bach. Bach tries to send it to their trapezoid. Nate Taylor trying to make sure it goes back into the trapezoid. Puck picked up by Verano, sends this into the corner. Verano pulls this away, knocked back against the boards and held in by Marchione, though. Puck goes all the way around to the far side. Rome stealing that puck, centering pass. Nice blocked pass by Jared Bach. Bruno with this puck sends this out to the point. Puck comes back to Locker. Shot that gets tipped, almost takes off the head of that referee. Wisner coming over, trying to block that dump in, and Matt Marchione moves to the middle. Wisner battling. Marchione sends this into the corner. Played in deep by Rome. Back through the trapezoid near side. Comes out for Verano. Verano sends this to the middle. Shot fired. That gets tipped. Nothing doing. Bruno sends this back out for Verano. Verano skates up. Bottom of the faceoff circle. Gives this over to Jacob Bruno. Bruno sends this up high for Marchione. Marchione loses this to Wisner. Here comes Dominic. The Wiz coming in has that puck taken away by Marchione. Marchione sends this up to Bruno. Bruno with it at the blue line. Bruno skates this over the blue line, so he's not offsides. Nice back check by Jared Bach allows Brady Van Brocklin to grab that stick and clear it up. Swatted in deep by Owen O'Donnell. O'Donnell going after it, and the team's return to even strength. Excellent penalty kill by IHC. So Will Frank goes off, and Aiden Trimper comes on the ice. A slow change for the Trimpster coming in. Brady Van Brocklin with this puck, passes it up to Jose Rivera. Rivera over the blue line into the offensive end, fires that in, goes wide right of the net, picked up on the far side by Owen O'Donnell. O'Donnell squished up against the boards by Bremen. Puck comes out, makes its way. Kuhn gets a piece of it. Landon Sully sends this to the corner. Comes up high for Brady Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin goes for the check instead of the puck. Puck finds its way in the trapezoid. Kuhn comes around with it on the near side. Comes out in the middle. Rivera shot high. Off the glass, drops down. Brady Van Brocklin going after it, can't get it, and Rivera's going to pick that puck up in the neutral zone. Tries ripping that back in, and I lost sight of it. It comes all the way back down to this end of the ice. McGregor gives this to Trimper. Trimper skates around Bruno. Trimper skates around Bruno again. Trimper, shot gets blocked by Landon Sully, I think. No, excuse me, Connor Weeman. Centering pass gets missed. There's a shot. Save. McGregor. Rebound held on to by Brody McGregor. Quite the game here. IHC putting up every bit of a battle that they had promised. Nethers in for the faceoff, wins the draw, pulls this puck back for Paxton Rose. Rose goes back behind his net, cycles it around in the corner, passes it behind the goal for Will Frank. Frank not able to keep that puck, loses it. And there's a twig that's just playing ice hockey all by itself. Puck fired into the corner. That stick got fired in by Connor Weeman. I thought you couldn't do that. Loose puck in the slot, sent over to the side by IHC. Thompson passes this up for Wisner. Wisner didn't realize it. Now he does. Picks this up. Dominic, that puck hit a chunk of the ice, and it bounced funny. Wisner driven down to the ice. And Noah Thompson overskates that puck. Puck sent in deep, though. Now it comes up high. Rome trying to get this out. Bruno not able to. Nethers shot. Save by Dante Sporace. Puck picked up off the far boards by Rome. Able to get this out into the neutral zone. Bruno misses it. Locker does not. Tyler Locker. Oh, no, Bruno. Look at him again. Just over that blue line. He was trying to do the split to stay on side. That is 0 for 3 times that Bruno has been offsides. I get the feeling that Coach Nowicki is going to take care of that in tomorrow's practice. Mark Verano in for the faceoff against Owen O'Donnell. And we're going to toss both of them for being early. So in slides Nate Taylor, but winning that face-off is Jack Carpenter. RFA dumps his puck in, goes through the trapezoid over to the far corner. Nate Taylor there sends his back into the trapezoid. Skating through with this puck is Owen O'Donnell. O'Donnell passes this up for Kuhn. Isaac touches this forward at the hash mark. Shot, save, sprays. Rebound comes to Isaac. Isaac forced to the corner. O'Donnell there sends this back to Taylor at the point. Nate Taylor gives this up for O'Donnell. O'Donnell couldn't swat at it the way he tried. Picking this puck up in the neutral zone, Jared Bach. Bach passes over to Trimper. Trimper in on the right side, sends that puck into the trapezoid. Sparace chases after it. Not able to get to that puck, though. Puck grabbed in the corner by Mark Verano. Sends this into the trapezoid for Mudry. Mudry runs into Aiden Trimper. Trimper trying to pull that by Mudry. Can't. Went right into his shoulder. Marchione tries clearing it and does. Dumped back in by Jared Bach. IHC checks up onside while Stephen Mudry collects that puck. Mudry passes his puck up on the far side for Jack Carpenter. Carpenter couldn't get it out. Puck makes its way through the neutral zone to Carter Nethers. Nethers gives us to Jared Bach. Bach up on the near side, and he is ripped down to the ice. And that's going to be a holding. And it looks like Jack Carpenter's bending over, trying to pretend like he was the one that was offended, but he was not. Oh, it's a 10. I'm sorry, not a 19. It's a 10. That's Aiden Van Wee. Rome Free Academy penalty, number 10, Aiden Van Wee. 2-minute minor for holding. Number 10, 2 minutes, hold. Time of the minor penalty, 15:24 of the third period. Timeout, IHC. I'll be right back. Check out these awesome sponsors. All right. The teams are teaming, getting whatever advice they're getting from their coaches. 1:36 to go in this game. We've got a face-off to the left side of Dante Spore-Race. Let's see if Brody goes to his goal or stays on the bench here. I'm not sure what the rule is. He may need to go to his goal. And no, he does not. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I'll try to keep an eye on McGregor. I mean, I could do this, and you can keep an eye. Nope, there he goes. McGregor going to the bench. Extra attacker on. So 6 on 4 for this Cavalier power play. Goalie has been pulled. Extra skater on the ice. Nethers wins that draw. Puck comes back to Aiden Trimper. Now Jared Bach. Bach passes this up for Nate Taylor. Takes that shot. Save made by Dante Sprays. Taylor wrapping up that player there. Wisner comes away with this puck. Wiz in the trapezoid looking for a way to go. Loses that puck. It's knocked away by Verano. Now Nethers and Wisner in there trying to spirit that puck to get that puck free. Excuse me, that was Stephen Mudry. Nethers with this puck. Passes over. Comes out in the middle for Aiden Trimper. Trimper in the middle. And Maverick Lloyd. 2 shots saved by Dante Sparace. 1 minute of play remaining in the third period. Final minute of play. Jared Bach with this puck. Skates it around on his side. Brings this out into the neutral zone. Bach crosses over the center line, tries flinging this forward. It goes off a Rome player, doesn't go very far. Nethers dives after it to keep this puck in. Carter with it. Puck comes back. Aiden Trimper with it. Trimper moves over, passes into the middle for Jared Bach. Bach backhands this off the boards for Nate Taylor. Taylor, centering pass. It's loose and it's grabbed by RFA, and they're able to clear that. Dancing towards the goal. And that is not going to make it as that is picked up by Captain Jared Bach. Bach forwards this up to Nethers. Nethers tips this into the offensive end 15 seconds ago. Sparace pulls that over into the trapezoid. Nethers spearing at that puck at Stephen Mudry's skate like it is a carp in the lake, and that's going to do it. What an ending! It's over, boys! Shake hands and love one another. What an exciting end to an incredible game of ice hockey here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, home of Cavalier hockey. This one ends in a 2-1 victory for Rome as they win this game. Outstanding play by both teams. Outstanding play by both goalies. Thank you all for visiting. Now that the game has concluded, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out here today. Please remember to pick up your immediate area, including cell phones, chargers, trash, and any small children. Please take them with you. We don't need any more of that here. Make sure you get home safely, everyone. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone. And thank you all for watching. Carrie, thank you for subscribing. And good luck to Rome as they continue their march on to sectionals. They lost last year to West Jenny in the semifinals. Boy, we're anticipating a similar game going on. Carrie, feel free to reach out to the Rome head coach, Jason Nowicki. I would love to pair up with Rome and follow them on their chase to sectionals. It would be a lot of fun. So make sure you all subscribe. Tell all your friends about me. I love being here. I love doing this for you. Thank you again for subscribing. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.